National Weather Service in the San Francisco Bay Area has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for central Sonoma County in western California until 5:45
During
a.m.
storms and other natural disasters, local emergency services such as fire and police departments and public works agencies often encounter situations that require PG&E's expertise. Whether it's a down power line or another emergency involving PG&E facilities, PG&E has committed to local governmental agencies, local emergency response agencies, and the CPUC that we will do our best to relieve local emergency agencies as soon as possible. In the event of a large-scale emergency, PG&E teams might be called to more situations than there are available response personnel. This is where you will play an important role in relieving local emergency responders.
Hello?
Hello, Kathy. Hey, this is Jim. We've activated the OEC. I was wondering if you're available to come in and stand by.
Okay, just give me a few minutes to get some things together and I'll be right there.
All right. We'll see you when you get here. Thanks. Bye.
Bye-bye.
When you receive a phone call that you need to report to the OEC located in your division, it is important to prepare to be away from your home for several days. Pack a bag with clothing and other personal comfort items, as well as snacks. If you take any type of prescription medication, be sure to include it in your bag. You may also want to contact your emergency contact person and family to let them know that you will be reporting to the OEC. You should also bring your standby training manual that you received at your yearly training. If you do not have one, be sure to ask for one when you arrive at the standby handling desk. As you may be required to work in adverse weather conditions, make sure you bring your rain gear. As a standby team member, you will likely be working near exposed live wires. In this situation, only work shoes with hard rubber soles and leather uppers are permitted. Tennis shoes or shoes that have non-natural fabrics visible from the outside do not provide adequate protection and are thus not permitted. Lastly, as you make your way to your reporting location, be mindful that the weather conditions may be harsh and that you could encounter hazards along your route. When you arrive at the service center, check in at the check-in, check-out desk.
Hi, Elena. I'm here to check in.
Hi, Kathy. Just sign your name there. Make sure you have your emergency contact and you have a job aid here and your safety tailboard. And you just need to go over and see operations.
Okay, great.
Okay, here you go. Perfect.
Thank you.
After completing the form, you will also receive a safety tailboard about hazards to watch out for as they relate to the current conditions in the field. A job aid will refresh you on your role as a standby person, and a checklist will help you make sure that you have everything that you need prior to departing to your work location. Once you have completed the check-in process and received your safety tailboard, you will proceed to the standby handling desk to receive your assignment. In most instances, you will be teamed up with a partner and will work as a team at the location.
Yes, it looks like we got some wire down at 6th and Birch. Looks like it's right there. We got the phone number for the fire department. We'll give them a call and go get our standby kit and make sure everything's there, and we'll head out there.
Okay.
Okay?
Sounds good.
See ya.
If you do not have a company vehicle that usually has the required items needed to barricade off a hazard, you will be assigned a standby kit. Your standby kit will include traffic cones, barricade tape, hard hats, vests, gloves, flares, flashlights, and absorbent pads. It is important that you discuss the job aid and checklist with your partner to ensure that both of you understand the expectations of your assignment and have gotten all your questions answered. In summary, before you leave the service center, make sure you understand where you are going and have received all information available about your assignment, have met your partner, review the human performance tools that are provided in your manual, check your standby kit, understand the expectations of your assignment, and ask questions for clarity. When you arrive on scene, always take in the big picture. Be alert and assess the area for hazards to ensure your personal safety and the safety of the public. These hazards may include a downed wire, an oil spill, or a fallen transformer. Always assess the situation visually before exiting your vehicle. Be especially careful when you park and exit your vehicle. Do not park where additional wires may fall, including adjacent utilities such as phone and cable lines. Maintain a minimum distance of 25 feet from all downed wires. If there is standing water, more distance may be required. Your job will be to stay at the scene to safeguard the public until a PG&E qualified electrical worker relieves you of your assignment. As you get out of your vehicle, you need to cone it off and secure it. Place a cone at each of the 4 corners of your vehicle. Locate the emergency personnel and get more information about the hazard and any other information that you may need to know.
Last night we got a call for power lines down from the high winds. We showed up and this tree had a couple lines down on the ground. No one was injured. We're using our engine to block traffic, keep everyone out of this area. We're here to help you guys.
Great. We'll go ahead and get our stuff out of our trucks and get it set up, and then we'll let you guys go.
All right, cool.
All right, thanks.
Once you have taken control of the scene, call the standby handling desk in the OEC to let them know that you have arrived and relieve the emergency agency personnel. Your next objective is to quickly and safely barricade the hazard. You'll want to maintain a 25-foot distance from any downed wires.
We need to try to maintain our safe distance, and so I always think of a full-size pickup, which is 18 to 20 feet. If I can fit a full-size truck between me and the wire, and then a few more feet behind that is about where we want to set the barrier up. So just sort of set the next one out, maintaining that distance as we go.
In some cases, you won't be able to get 25 feet from the wire because of a traffic situation. In this case, maintain the maximum distance you are able to while still allowing a path for traffic.
That wire has the potential of being energized, and so we have to visualize the distance to stay away. We can't use any like metal tape because then we're encroaching on that and we could become electrocuted. So that's why we have to visualize, set up our barricades all the way around.
As you try to estimate the distance, make sure to stay as far back from the hazard as you can. Fallen wires that are live or suddenly become energized may jump or swing out and hit you. When in doubt, stay farther back than you think you need to. Remember, your #1 objective is to keep yourself and the public safe. Once you have assessed the hazards and determined the 25-foot safety circle, set up your cones around the perimeter. Attach caution tape between the cones. If you are at the edge of a road, you may need to lay out a few flares to alert passing vehicles of the barricaded area in the dark. Do not use lit flares near grass or brush, as the sparks from the flares could start a fire. Also, do not use flares in an oil field, as flammable fumes could be present. As a standby team member, you could encounter many unseen hazards. Always assume a downed wire is energized, even if it is not moving. Keep your distance to avoid danger from sudden jumps or swings of a live wire. Also, look around for wires you might not immediately see. Wires that have fallen down on a tree or branch could be hanging down but could be obscured by foliage. Look up and look for any of these types of hazards so you don't walk into one.
Okay, we're gonna check. We got wires here, so we see that on that side we got 2 coming in, and we should have 2 coming across, and they're hanging down through the tree here. One's on the ground, and if you notice right there, we got one that's hanging down about head high, so we need to be aware of that. That's sort of hidden there. So we need to stay away from that, and stay away from the tree because they could be energized. So we want to keep everybody clear and out of that area.
Keep in mind that service wires running to a house from the pole could also have become energized with higher voltage. Always assume that this is the case and stay away.
Okay, we have this, we have the wire down over there, we have the metal bleachers here, and we have a chain link fence here, so we have to assume that they're energized. Wire could be touching them, or they could be picking up induction off the ground there. So we have to always remember to stay away from anything metal. Keep our distance so we don't have any step potential issues.
Another unseen hazard is referred to as step potential. This occurs when a downed live wire energizes the ground around it, either by direct contact or indirect contact through another conductor, such as a vehicle. Electricity flows from the wire into the ground, energizing it in concentric circles, like the ripples in a pond. The highest voltage occurs closest to the wire and gradually lessens as it gets farther away.
If you have your one leg close to the wire, you step away, your back foot's going to be at the higher voltage, front foot at the lower voltage. Electricity will try to balance itself out by going up one leg through to the other, and that can cause you injury or death. So what we want to do is, if you have to get away from the wire, get farther away, is just shuffle your feet, and that way you're never at a bigger potential of difference.
In summary, look up and look down for any hazards. When in doubt, stay away. Remember, 25 feet all around the hazard is the area we want to keep clear. This is the circle of safety. Even though a wire is on the ground, it could be or may suddenly become energized. An energized wire can sometimes jump or swing, and other times not move at all, especially in sandy soil. If your standby situation involves an oil spill, it is important that you stay out of the oil. Barricade and restrict the area encompassing all visible traces, including splatter that may have occurred from a falling transformer. If the oil is near storm drains, waterways, or catch basins, try building a temporary berm and applying absorbent pads. Once you have contained the spill as well as possible, call in to the OEC to give them an update on the situation. You are not expected to direct traffic around your barricade. However, if a vehicle does approach your barricade, use hand signals and make eye contact with the driver. Use your vehicle as part of your barricade to keep yourself safe. If a vehicle tries to go through your barricade, do your best to get their attention and try to make them avoid it. If, however, the vehicle is determined to drive through your barricade anyway, do not confront the driver. Simply write down the plate number, make, and model, and immediately call the information into the OEC. While you are watching the area, you may be approached by customers with questions. Some of these may be, when will my power be restored? Or, my family is cold and hungry. Suggest the customer call the 1-800 number to get detailed information about their outage so that they can make an informed decision about their particular situation. If a customer has a life support device that requires electricity, such as an oxygen pump, get their address and tell them that you will call in to the OEC and inform them of their situation. Advise the customer that you don't know when their power will be restored and suggest they call a family member or make other arrangements. If the customer feels that they are in a critical situation, suggest they call 911. Since more than likely most PG&E crews will be in the field with many customers affected, we will not have the ability to provide generators to all of our customers in need. Please do not offer this option to customers. Customers with spoiled food or other financial claims due to the situation should call the 1-800 number and request a claim form. Explain that the claims department will handle their claim. Do not make any promises of payment to the customer. When the PG&E repair crew arrives to relieve you, advise them of the situation and share your observations of additional hazards you may have discovered. Once the crew has taken over the scene, call in to the OEC to advise them that you have been relieved and are returning to the OEC for your next assignment.